So today I built this AI customer service agent. It uses RAG, so it's trained on your company's knowledge and it can answer questions quickly and accurately. If you do want this automation, I've linked it down below in the description so you guys can download it for free. I'll show you a demo first and then we'll get straight into how it works. So we need somewhere to store our company documents. So I've literally just set up a quick Google Drive here. I've uploaded a PDF just of an example business of what someone could sell. So if we open it up here, just some fake information, literally a company that does home appliances, some of their shipping, delivery, returns and refunds and warranty. Any question this AI receives, any answers it will give back will be based off of this information. So let's test that out right now. So I'll ask it any question pertaining to the business. It could literally be anything that was in that document. So I can ask it, what are your shipping times? Just hit send on that. Cool, now that message has been sent, the AI should just go in the background, start processing that and make sure it answers with the correct information. Perfect, and then we can see that we got a response from the AI agent. We open this up. You can see that it said we offer 2 shipping options, standard delivery 3 to 5 business days, express delivery 1 to 2 business days. And this was exactly what was in that document. So if we go back and check that out now, perfect, yeah, we can see that's exactly what was in the document. So standard delivery 3 to 5 business days, express delivery 1 to 2 business days. So if anyone at your business or you yourself is answering customer questions constantly, it's taking up loads of your time, a simple automation like this could be worth thousands easily in recoup time. So let's just jump straight into n8n and I'll show you guys how it works. So the first thing to look at would be how we actually break down the information and put it into the AI's brain or the vector database. And for this, we use a technique called RAG or retrieval augmented generation. Now, why are we using RAG? So RAG is a technique used by large language models or AI to answer questions and get information at the time it answers. So we provide it with a knowledge base or a vector database, which the AI will then first query and search through before actually returning us an answer. So the main benefit of this is that the AI will stop hallucinating and stop guessing, and it will actually pull verified facts from the business depending on what you upload. So for a task where we don't want hallucinations such as this, where we're answering questions from customers, this can actually prove very useful. It also allows us to quickly switch in and out information. So like you've seen with the Google Drive, where you've got a list of documents, if you guys update pricing or you guys sell a new service, you can literally delete the old documents and upload the new one, and the AI will start answering based off of that instead. So let's start at the top here where we've got 2 nodes called file created and file updated. So these watch for when a specific folder in the Google Drive, if a file gets created in it or if a file gets updated in it. So it will go ahead and delete the old rows pertaining to that file. It will re-download the new file and then store it in this database. So this node here is responsible for something called embedding, which is where we essentially turn the words into numbers and then store it in the database or the AI's brain. Now here's a little bit of nuance. So because n8n doesn't actually have a node for file deleted, we have to kind of hack around it. So what I've done here is I've set up a schedule trigger for every 15 minutes. So what it will do is it will get the list of documents or Google IDs from the database, and it will get the list of Google IDs from that folder, and it will just compare the 2 data sets. And if there is any that is in the database but not in the Google Drive, it will go ahead and delete it from the database. So to make it easy, I'll put a graphic on screen. Imagine you have a list of Supabase IDs and a list of Google Drive IDs. Whichever's in the Supabase one and not in the Google Drive one means it's been deleted in Google Drive. So then we go ahead and delete it from Supabase or the vector database. So final workflow before we get through all the boring stuff. This is the one that actually watches for the message within the Gmail inbox. So we've got a trigger here called get messages, which just watches for new emails coming in. This one can actually return multiple messages. So within a certain time period, if more than one person has messaged, it will fire off multiple times. So then we capture that, and for each message, we trigger off this workflow. And this workflow is the one that actually contains the agent that's responded and answering questions. Let's go through that one right now. So for an agent like this, there isn't much going on, but we've got the message passed in from the other workflow, and now it's fed into the AI agent. Now the AI agent has 2 tools that we've given it. We've given it this get a thread in Gmail tool, and then we've given it this Supabase vector store tool here. We'll start off with the Supabase vector store tool. This is the one that actually fetches the documents from the database. So where we've uploaded our documents into Google Drive, those go straight into the Supabase vector store, and now the AI can then query it and look for answers from it. We've also given it a get a thread in Gmail tool. Now this one's actually quite important, even though it's quite small. Basically what it does is when we get a message from Gmail, we don't want it to just be able to respond based on that one message. We might want to look at the whole thread. So it gives the AI a little bit of context. Say for example, there's an ongoing thread and the user's asking multiple questions. Instead of just being able to answer that one question from the new one that the user has sent, we're able to answer it based on the whole thread. And then finally, we've got a simple node that replies to the original message. So let's test this out in real time and see how it works. Instead of the when executed by another workflow trigger, I've just replaced it with a GML trigger so I don't have to use the other workflow. I've sent myself another example question. I've just said, what installation options do you have? When I hit execute workflow, it should just be able to pick up that message and answer the question for me. So let's test that out right now. Go execute workflow, picks up the message. We're using Anthropic or Claude here to decide and it queries the Supabase vector store tool correctly. Now the AI is deciding what to do again. Now it's answered the question. So if we open up what response it got, you can see we offer installation services for washing machines, dishwashers, refrigerators. Service costs an additional £40 and includes setup and basic testing and reply. So again, it looked at the vector store tool, looked at what information it had, and it answered correctly based off of that. So let's go back to the document and verify that was correct. Perfect. Like we can see again, offered for washing machines, dishwashers, and refrigerators. We can see that it mentioned £40. Where's that? Let's look at that. There we go. Large appliance delivery includes optional installation, £40. That's exactly what we wanted. Perfect. That's just a high level overview of how it works. Just a simple agent like this can easily save thousands in time, save you loads of money as well. I will be recording a full breakdown of how this works and how I built it. So if you do want to watch that, just stay tuned for that. If you do want this automation as well, I've linked it down in the description for you to download for free. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll be posting loads of these in the coming weeks and coming months. Yeah, stay tuned for those.